welcome back to Growing with TJ. Over here, Saturday in the garden. It's an overcast, 50-degree day, perfect day to get transplants out. Tomorrow's looking a little rough with some severe storms possibly, but we'll get these guys in the ground. The sun's not out, so they should be able to transition into the new home very easily. You can see I got lettuce here. They got hardened off properly this week, so they're going to go in the ground. Should have no issues with transplant shock. Right here, I picked up some strawberries. I got 4. I'm going to put them in the bed over here. Probably pick up some more, but we'll make a little strawberry bed. Got some flowers here. Rivia Sky Blue, Labella. And then I got onions that I'm going to plant out in the onion bed. I still got more, but I will do some today and some next week. Don't mind the nail paint polish. My daughter had birthday yesterday and she painted it, and I thought it was the kid kind that comes right off, but it's actually the kind that you gotta work to get it off. So let's get planting and let's enjoy a beautiful day in the garden. Okay, so you can see this is where I'm going to put the strawberries. They do like acidic soil, so I did get a soil acidifier. I'll put a little bit in there. I'm not too concerned about how acidic the soil is, but put a little bit in there to help. And then I got some mushroom compost I'm going to put in there, and obviously some fertilizer. So let's get to planting some strawberries. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is get this bed ready. I'm going to put a couple handfuls of soil acidifier. I'm not going to get too picky with it. Just put some in there. So it's not going to be a exact science or anything like that, but we'll work it in. I apologize about the mic. I do have to get another mic since my one broke, so you might be picking up some outside noises. Maybe some birds, which ain't a bad thing, but okay, so we got that all in. Great mushroom compost over here. I'm just gonna sprinkle some in there. I'll break it up then. It's pretty good. I wasn't able to get to my compost place to get any compost, but this will do for now. So mushroom compost. Then I'll just break it up. Just kind of working in the soil. That will be all right. I could put more in. I only had one bag, so all right, that looks pretty good. And then we are ready for some strawberries. Alright guys, so I'm just going to put 4 plants in this bed. See how it goes. So I will dig a nice hole like that. I like to put my fertilizer down below where the roots will be. Take a little handful. Mix it in there. These are June bearing strawberry. It is called an all-star. So the roots look pretty good, not really root bound too much. I don't know if you can see that, but I do not want to put this crown right here under the soil. So kind of put it level with the soil. That looks pretty good. And we just will put it on in there. Push it down a little bit. That's good. Put our little tag. And then we know what they all are. I just put one tag. Let's come over here. Make another hole. Nice deep hole. Break up the soil. A little fertilizer. It's a 444. And again, we'll get our strawberry out. I like to loosen the roots just a little bit. And right here, this is just a root developer. I will put it in sometimes. You don't need too much. But I'll put it just like that. And again, don't bury the crown. There you go. That's just how we'll plant them. I put 4 in here. Now I want to put them too close together because they're going to produce runners, and that's what we want. So if I really loaded the bed, it's going to become messy. I'll start with 4. Maybe in the future I could get a little bit more in here. But I've never really grown strawberries. I did last year, but I didn't put them in a good spot. So I decided to pull them up and just start fresh this year. All right, as you guys can see, I got all 4 in. Now I will water them in, and I also will give them some water-soluble fertilizer just to help them get going. But they look very good, and I'm excited to see how they grow this year. Next up, we will move over here to the onion bed, and we'll start getting some onions planted. All right, guys, so we're ready to plant the onions. I'm going to put them about 3 to 4 inches apart in rows 12 to 18 inches apart. I'm going to kind of cram them in here because I only have so much space. I'm going to kind of pre-make my holes a little bit. Just so I can see where I'm going to put them. Now, when I plant these, I was going for just having one in, one onion in each cell. Unfortunately, I had some that did not germinate, the ruby red and the yellow sweet Spanish. They were older seeds, didn't germinate at all, so I'm kind of missing out on a whole flat of onions. So I'll probably separate these, or I'll just clip some off. It's just so I have one onion in each cell. It just depends, I got plenty of onions for this small bed, so I might just cut one off and get rid of it. That way I just put the whole cell into the ground. All right, so let's get planting. I did put fertilizer in there. I put compost in there, so don't have to worry about that. And I am going to go with the strongest onions. I got a whole flat at home, so I'm not worried about losing some of these. I mean, it's not ideal, but I am just going to, I'll cut that off. Get that to the side. Then we'll just get this onion out. In previous times, I would plant them too deep, so I don't want to do that. You know, they might be flopping over a little bit, but they will stand up once they take to the soil. I did give them a haircut not too long ago. And that's just because I don't want them to be too floppy. But you don't want to bury them too much that you're not going to have at the root. The bulb is underneath. So I'll try and get them to stand up as much as I can. Just like that. And I'll just keep going down the row. And I continue to plant them. They look pretty good. You can see the root system here. Looks nice. So I put them in. Make sure the roots are all underneath. I have pretty good luck planting onions. Alright guys, so you can see I got 2 rows of the Calibra onions in. I'll water them as well, some water soluble fertilizer. I'm going to hold off on the 2 other rows I'm going to plant here because I got more at home and I want to pick the strongest out of the group. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 20. So that'll be 40 onions right here. I'll squeeze in this 6 by 3 bed. Alright guys, so you can see here I picked this up from the greenhouse. They just started getting plants in. And this is a Rivia Sky Blue Lobelia. So they're pretty small. They get about 4 to 6 inches wide and 6 inches tall. So they're not very big. It's going to be a nice flower. They says they go early spring to frost. So I mean that's something that we are looking for there. Now I will use a tape measure often just to get an idea of my spacing. But I'm going to put these probably along this outer edge right here. Let me just get them all out first. See what their root system's looking like. So pretty good. And you know, you see they're not root bound. So if you get to a nursery, you know, obviously you can't really pull them out and look to see how they look. But, you know, hopefully you get lucky and they haven't been in there. I picked something kind of small. Excuse the train horn. So we'll do a little bit of fertilizer in that hole. And then we'll drop it in just like that. And that'll do right there. Now, I do pick up some flowers from the nursery. I started growing a lot more flowers. But a lot of flowers I grow, like marigolds, zinnias, dahlias, they all are more warm season crops. So I don't have much to put out right now. Let's just go ahead and drop another. Just a little update here on the peas, radishes, and carrots. As you can see, we don't have anything popping up yet. Hopefully shortly they will. Carrots can take a little longer, but I expect the peas to start coming. We did have some really good 50, 60 weather, dropping down, 40s, high 30s. I think one day was 33 at night, so soil temperature just might not be quite right, but we should be seeing them pop up here any minute. All right, guys, so we are going to plant some lettuce. I'll go through each kind of planting. The first one is going to be a purple fusion, and we will put a little root inhibitor on there. I'm just going to simply push it down. Make it nice around the plant. And there you go, purple fusion. And we're putting these guys about 3 to 4 inches apart. So I'm going to be harvesting these as, baby lettuce, basically. I'm not going to let them get too big. So 3 to 4 inches apart. And we're just going to go down the line. Alright guys, quickly here, I'm going to plant some more potatoes. These are Superior White. I went over this the last video, so I'm not going to go into detail. Just want to give you a little up-close personal look. I got my fertilizer in there, 444. I got my potash in there as well. So we are just going to plant these Superior White, get another wave of potatoes going. I got these from Roars, a local greenhouse where I am. So you can see this is the Superior White. So you want to look for where the eyes are. It's kind of getting eyes growing everywhere. I did not chit these. I am just going to plant them. So basically, dig about 6 inches down, I like to do. Just like that. I want the eyes looking like that. And then I'll push it in like that. And I'm going to put 4 in here. Another one. And we can cover them up. So we put one right here. And they are some bigger potatoes, so that's what I really want to get down there. It's something like that. And then we'll come over here. And put our 4th potato. That's really all it takes for these fabric pots. Then you just cover them up and I will water them in. And that's it. Second wave of potatoes planted. Superior White, another early potato. And I'll just continue this process, maybe not next week, but 2 weeks I might do another wave. The whole way up into April, I will plant potatoes. I got an order coming from Fedco where I have blue Adirondacks. I got German Butterball, kind of like harder varieties to find when you go to like a local greenhouse. Like my greenhouse only has, 5 or 6 types of potatoes. So if you want to branch out and get some other potatoes, some different kinds, maybe unique, like the Adirondack Blue, you're going to have to order them online. And I believe they ship about March 25th. So the potatoes I got now, I'm just putting them in the ground to because I want to get a head start. When new ones come, I will chit them, but I'll do a wave without chitting any potatoes. Let the other ones sit. A couple weeks go by, I'll plant them in. So there you go. All right, guys, that's where we're going to wrap up today's video. It's been a great day in the garden. I highly suggest it. Let's just go through and do a quick overall of the garden as of March 15th. Radishes, peas here, carrots, more peas. You can see the raspberry, not awake yet. I got 2 rows of onions in. I will be putting another row, 2 more rows next week. We got some beets here, golden beet and chimunga beet. And then we also got white icicle radish, and we got candy carrots in there as well. Come here is the Riveria Sky Blue Lobelia, I think is how you say it. And they are looking good. I just got them from the nursery. Over here, if you can see through the insect netting, a bunch of lettuce. It's gonna have a lot of lettuce this year. We love salads. We're gonna be eating salads, and they're spaced closely together. I'm gonna be picking them as smaller leaves. And I wanted to get a strawberry bed going. It's not too much, but it's a start. And then I also got some spinach planted on the ends over here, and that's a good companion plant for strawberry. Right there is the red Norland potatoes. So we got some lettuce left over. That's gonna be planted another spot I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and happy growing. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Give a thumbs up, and I appreciate you guys. Until next time.